Hello again, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and congratulations, one of you did it. So, I'm a little surprised it took this long, but I finally, today, which this video will probably be released Sunday, so it was Saturday, I finally got an email. Somebody sent me an email and reached out to me, and they said I was watching your series on the prepping acronyms and things like that, and they said it suddenly kind of come upon them. They had a little epiphany, or an idea. They said a lot of these link together. Congratulations, 5 points to you. You got it. So, for some of you that either have not had the opportunity, I know I get a lot of new subscribers all the time. So if you're one of those, welcome. Thank you for joining us. But for some of the rest of you that you've joined along, you've seen a couple of them or whatnot, you're missing the bigger picture. And this is one of the things that I hate about social media and things like this, is because no one ever goes back and watches the older stuff. You join here and then you continue on. You miss all the really good content before you joined. And there's a lot of channels that put out amazing stuff. And I mean, I'm a little bit guilty of it, but there's a lot of times I go back, I find somebody I like, and if they put out a video 3 times a week, that gives me a lot of other time that I can run back and start watching some of their older videos. But let me do a little demonstration, and I'm over to this side because I'm going to put little thumbnails right here. See if I can jog your memory and combine all this for you. So, number one, right here, is your PMA, and your PMA is your positive mental attitude. Now, I start off with that one because when you are new to preparedness, it is overwhelming. You can get flustered, you can get overwhelmed. It's a lot when you're first starting out, and a lot with anything. When you first start something, there's so much out there that you feel left behind, you feel like it's too late. But that's why I put this in here. You need to have that positive mental attitude. You've got the step. You've woke up and you go, I need to take a step and I need to become better prepared. Congratulations. Welcome to the prepping community. So, PMA, step one. Step two in this is yo-yo, YOYO. It's the realization that you are brand new to prepping. You're on your own. And so you have to remember your positive mental attitude. You need to stay upbeat about this. You're starting. You know that right now you're basically alone. Nobody's coming to your rescue. You have to fend for yourself on all aspects: food, water, shelter, security, medical, everything. You are your own first responder. And so you have to realize that when it comes to this and when you're new, you are on your own. Now, when that comes into play, that's where I put in this one: confidence. You need to build your confidence. Yes, it's all overwhelming. Yes, you're on your own, but you need to start making sure you have the tools, the supplies, the gear, the knowledge, the know-how. You need to get all of that aligned so it builds your confidence. So you are confident in yourself and all of that. Are you confident on every area of preparing, every aspect of it, that if you're on your own, you have the ability to either do it or figure out a way to do it? Can you adapt to the situation? Now, that brings us around to this one, your PSK. Now, we did a PSA for your PSK, so your public service announcement for your personal survival kit. You've now realized that if I'm on my own, I need to have things if I'm going to be my own first responder, or if I'm going to survive to get home from the store or work or wherever. So you need to build your own personal survival kit. And so that's why we put the video out. What do I need? How big does it need to be? Do I need to take it everywhere? And we go through and answer all those questions, and it helps get you to think, because everybody's needs is different. There is no cookie cutter way to do this. Your bag is going to be different than my bag, and it should be. Everybody has their own needs, whether it is special needs due to a disability or any other illness. It could be a lot of different things. So for me, with having a child, to have a toy or to have something for my kid is going to be different than a 32-year-old woman that lives in Alaska. Our climates are different, our needs are different, our situations are different. So that's where you have to be confident in your skills and your knowledge on what to put in your PSK. Now, once you've done that, you need to move on to your ISL. So, what is your ISL? That is your immediate, your short term, and your long term. Can you build everything that you are now doing? Can you get every aspect of your medical, your food, your water, all of that? Can you get it to where you are confident that you can survive the immediate situation? Usually for that first 72 hours. Do you have enough? Do you have enough water? Do you have enough medical that whatever the situation, are you confident that you can do your I? Then your S, your short term. We're talking 3 to 6 months ish. Are you confident? Your L, your long term. Anything that's over a year is usually considered long term. Now, you would be, if you're new to the preparing community, how would I go about that? Well, that's where PACE comes in. All right, so in my short term, we're talking about water. What is your primary source of water? If that fails, then what is your next one? So your alternative. Okay, those two are out. Okay, well, what's your C? Your contingency. Okay, that's out. 4, what's your last resort? What's your emergency? Then you take that through all of that. They tie in together. So you run PACE through food, water, medical, security, all of it for your I. Then you run back through for your S, your short term. You run through PACE. Then you go to long term. You run through PACE. So that way it builds your confidence in all of this. Then once you get through all of that, next, you're going to go into replenishment. So that way, all of this stuff can be replaced. You are going to use it. You're going to lose it. You're going to break it. You're going to barter with it. How do you get more? So that's why we put in replenishment. Once you've figured that out, now it's time to really start branching out. That's why we put in MAG, a mutual assistance groups. This is where you start building a little bit of more of a personal base with other people that are like-minded doing the exact same thing. It's going to help you. It's a resource. You guys are going to be able to bounce ideas off each other, learn, train together. You're going to take your weakness, might be their strength, or vice versa. So that's where you start building a MAG. On your MAG, that would take and bring you into your CERT. So, your community emergency response team. Once you guys have got together and formed a MAG, once you have everything kind of broke down to your training together, then this gives you a training opportunity. If this event happens, what's everybody's job? What are you going to do? What is the wife or husband going to do? What's the kids' role? Where do we go? All of that. So it needs to be brought in that all of this starts tying together. And then what are we doing it for? So that's why number 10 is Golden Horde. So if some SHTF happens and the Golden Horde freaks out and starts heading down in your direction, you run through all of your list. You're confident. You have a kit. You have a MAG. You know what to do. You're covered. If it's short term, if it's long term, you know how to replenish all your stuff. You're getting covered. And that's why I did all these in these little chunks and these little acronyms. So that way, hopefully, they're kind of a fun, easy way to remember things, and it just gets your brain flowing. It's not a one size fits all. It's not me telling you, hey, go buy this or listen to me. It is something to get your mind rolling with this. It's a guide, it's just a little laid out, broad based, generalized plan to get you to think. Everybody's different. You've got to figure out what works best for you. And now that I put this video out, because one of you earned 5 points, you figured it out that it all coexists, it all combines, and it all comes to a lot bigger picture. Each one of those was the macro view, or the micro view, I'm sorry. Each one of those was a little micro view on all this. Somebody finally stood back, which my Unafraid t-shirt, saw it got in the frame. Somebody saw all the little micro view, and they stood back and they looked at it all, and then they suddenly realized, hey, there's a much bigger picture to this. There you go. Good job. So I hope maybe some of you that have not gone through and seen that, I put it as a playlist. You can go down and watch every single one of them. Now they're probably a little out of order. I get it. But you can take and start jotting these things down. I did this to help you. That's what this whole channel is about, is for that new prepper and even some of the intermediate preppers. So that way you can go back and you can do this, because you've got to remember, if we go into an analogy, if you go look at these multi-million-dollar superstar household name athletes, when you have a bad season or a bad game or whatever, what's the coach do? We're going back to fundamentals. And that's what this is. Once you get prepping for a year, 2 years, and you're really comfortable and you're really building a support base and all that, yes, you're going to move on to the other channels that's going to really drill down and get you to learn and to really build you up. But it's great that people stick here, because every once in a while it's great to come back and get that viewpoint again, to have that refresher course. Because when you're up here learning, sometimes you need to come back, so that way you can have that little fresh viewpoint. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Or, oh, you know what? I've been doing it this way for so long, I forgot that there's this method. So there's a lot of people that are pretty high up in the prepping that do come back. I get those every once in a while. Hey, I've been doing this for 10 years. That was a great idea you put out. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to try and help as many people as possible. And right now, that is the new prepping people. Right now, homesteading, bushcraft, all of that, the prepping, survival, it's all starting to kind of go a little bit more mainstream. A lot of more people are talking about it, and that's where I was like, hey, there it is. This is where I need to be. All these other people are established, and good for them. They need to be there and teach those people. And so I came in at the bottom level. I'm your basic. I am your prepping 101. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, if you just want to say hi, drop it down in the comments, because I love reaching out, and I get back to just about everybody. So you know that I usually at least say hi or thank you or heard a comment or something. So I love our little community. You guys are absolutely amazing. So we'll wrap it. So thank you for tuning in. I care about each and every one of you guys. You guys know that. So stay tuned. More information to come. 5 points to the person that you know who you are that emailed me. God bless each and every one of you. And above all else, remember to remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.